Lauren Thomas.
I'm Adam Sorrell.
I'm Abby Hafezi.
And I'm Saul Perez.
Today we're here to talk to you about
ALEC. Many of you might be wondering what ALEC is, and that's okay. We're here to help you understand.
ALEC stands for the American Legislative Exchange Council.
If you guys still don't understand, don't worry. We'll explain the rest next.
The American Legislative Exchange Council is America's largest nonpartisan voluntary membership and organization of state legislators. This conservative group aligns themselves to the principles of limited government, free markets, and federalism. ALEC was founded in 1973 by some of the leading conservative thinkers of the time, including Paul Weyrich, a Republican strategist. Experts believe that this group was born out of Republican Barry Goldwater's loss in the 1964 presidential election. The location of their headquarters is 2900 Crystal Drive, 6th floor in Arlington, Virginia. ALEC holds meetings and forums, often secretive, for state legislators and corporate lobbyists to complete bills that legislators take to Congress. It is funded by grants from large corporations covering a substantial amount of business types in the United States, such as AT&T, ExxonMobil, State Farm Insurance, FedEx, Geico, Cracker Barrel Old Country Store, and many more. Their policy agenda includes more than 25 issues, including tax reform, pension reform, criminal justice, education, international trade, among several others, meaning that they are much more than just a single interest group. The council has large numbers of important members, and you will find out about them next. Here is a visual from 2016 regarding some of ALEC's membership information. Some interesting things to notice is that there are more than 3 times as many men than women, and though most laws pushed through the council have conservative basis, there is still a relatively close number of Republicans and Democrats that are a member of ALEC. In order to reach more people, ALEC uses various methods of engagement among different platforms. This graphic shows that they receive a large response online through blog posts and social media, reaching a generally younger part of society, while also making TV appearances, interviews, and radio segments that draw the attention of the older generation. According to the graphic, overall, ALEC reached more than 35 million Americans in 2016, which helps supply new members to their council.
ALEC has a total of 2,000 state legislators and 300 corporate representatives. Most of ALEC's legislative board are all of the same party, Republican. This might be the first time you heard of ALEC, but you might recognize some of their corporate members. Some of their members are AT&T, ExxonMobil, State Farm, 1-800-CONTACTS, AFLAC, Amazon, Boeing, Chesapeake Energy, Cox Communications, Cracker Barrel, Devon Energy, DirecTV, FedEx, and Farmers Insurance. These are only a few out of the many corporations that support ALEC, but a lot of their corporate members have also canceled their memberships. Verizon Communications and ExxonMobil have canceled their memberships in 2018. Coca-Cola Company, Pepsi, Kraft Foods, McDonald's, Wendy's, and Mars Candy Bar have canceled their memberships in 2012. Blue Cross Blue Shield has canceled their membership after losing on exchange workshops in 2012 as well. General Motors, who was a part of their Commerce, Insurance, and Economic Development Task Force, as well as their Energy, Environment, and Agricultural Task Force, left in 2012. Walgreens, who was a part of their Health and Human Task Force, also canceled their membership in 2012, as well as General Electric, who was a part of their Tax Policy Task Force. Western Union, Commerce, Insurance, and Economic Development Task Force, Sprint, who was a part of their Communications and Technology Task Force, have all left in 2012. Bank of America, Visa, 3M, IBM, Intel, and Nestle all left, as well as the other companies. These are only a few out of the many ALEC members who have decided to cancel their memberships, even though a lot of these members have held some sort of authority in one of ALEC's task force. Many of these big name brand companies decided to leave after some sort of controversy started to pop up with ALEC, and you'll learn about that next.
One of the major controversies of ALEC is that tax cuts proposed by Trump boosted earnings of ALEC Corp, which ended up with multiple workers being laid off. Reports have shown that 9 major publicly traded corporations that are founders of ALEC have previously reported earnings from Trump's recent corporate tax cuts. But rather than creating new jobs and increasing wages, multiple companies have laid off workers. When the Trump administration promised that the federal tax cuts and job acts of 2017 encouraged companies to not only hire new workers, but increase wages. A corporation that has gained benefits from the tax cuts is Comcast, which stated that they will save about $128 million from tax cuts, but they still have to lay off 500 employees. Energy companies also partake in this. Chevron and Marathon Petroleum, who both benefit from tax cuts, accounted savings but announced layoffs for the year, caused by companies supporting rich shareholders by buying shares again. This increased the earnings of the wealthy shareholders. Another major controversy that has affected ALEC is the departure of ExxonMobil. Exxon used to be a major ALEC supporter. Companies like Google, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, and many more have cut ties, but few of these companies have supported ALEC as much as Exxon. ExxonMobil will not renew its membership after they address climate change. Their exit follows disagreement stated in December by Heartland Institute, which denies climate change. Since 1981, Exxon has given ALEC millions to promote its corporate agenda. This has caused a major finance loss for ALEC. Jay Reisenberg stated that Exxon's departure should tell ALEC that its extreme agenda has no place in American politics. Other oil companies such as Royal Dutch Shell and ConocoPhillips have left ALEC years ago. This departure from ALEC by Exxon has left some shock, since Exxon used ALEC majorly in a fossil fuel industry campaign. That made it difficult to make laws that lower toxic emissions that Exxon produces through their industry. These controversies have affected a lot of people, and you will find out more about that next.
I'm going to be talking about the effects ALEC has. ALEC is an interest group that is different than most because its subject of interest is legislature, and it affects every part of our lives. The interest group is comprised of mostly conservative politicians, corporations, and business owners. Due to their demographic, they mostly pass laws in their own interests concerning taxes, Social Security, and produces friendly corporation legislature. However, ALEC has been accused of creating and pushing legislation that harms consumers and workers' rights. Models like the Living Minimum Wage Act, which limits the amount a city or county can exceed the requirements federal law mandates for minimum wage, as well as targeting unions with Prohibition on Compensations Deduction Act, or pensions with the Defined Contributions Pension Reform Act. How does ALEC propose legislature to be incorporated into state government? ALEC creates model legislature, which is essentially a blueprint that members can modify and change based on state beliefs, but still maintains the core goals and beliefs. An ALEC-influenced bill can be spotted based on their similarity from state to state. An example of an Oklahoman bill is the State Question 777 that was proposed to protect farm rights. In the amendment, it is said, to protect agriculture as a vital sector of Oklahoma's economy, which provides food, energy, health benefits, and security, is the foundation and stabilizing force of Oklahoma's economy. The rights of citizens and lawful residents of Oklahoma to engage in farming and ranching practices shall be forever guaranteed in the state. It then goes on to say, the legislature shall pass no law which abridges the right of citizens and lawful residents of Oklahoma to employ agricultural technology and livestock production and ranching practices without compelling state interest.
We hope this video has been informative and easy to understand. If we haven't answered all your questions, there are countless resources online, such as alec.org. That's ALEC.org. Or you can call 703-373-0933 to talk to an ALEC representative. Thank you for watching and have a great day.